I'm Dave Jackson, head of podcasting here at Podpage, and today I want to talk about episodic artwork. When you have the exact same episodic artwork over and over and over, it can make your front page not quite as exciting. And because you're just going, look, there's your forehead, there's your forehead, there's your forehead. So I want to show you using a free tool. Now they have a paid version. This is Canva. How easy it is once you make one episode to turn that into next week's or next episode's artwork so you're not quite doing the same thing over and over and over. So let's go over to Canva. This is a wide version of artwork that I made for my YouTube channel. Now, I'm going to be interviewing Dr. Heidi K. Begay. I've already interviewed her. She's coming up. So I'm just, first of all, going to get rid of last week's stuff. So I'm going to click here on this image and go, see you, bye. Now, normally you would go over to your guest and go, hey, can I have a headshot? You can do that in the guest intake form. So here, I'm just making this video having fun. So I'm over at Heidi's website at heidikbegay.com. And I'm just going to right click and go copy. And if I was doing this for real, I would ask Heidi, hey, can I use that image? But here I'm going to go back to Canva. I'm just going to click on this image and then just go Control V, which is the shortcut for paste. And there she is. And if I go, okay, if I decide I don't really like her background up here in Canva, I can say, can we remove the background? And I like that. And she's kind of got darker tones on here. And I'm like, let's change the background to my other kind of greenish color here that goes with my logo. And so I'm going to drag Heidi down here. I'm going to drag the title over here. Maybe the episode can move with her. And maybe I'll have this all left aligned. So I'm going to change this here. And there's that. And of course, I'd want to change it to whatever the latest episode is. And then if I want, I can say, give me some other text. And I'll say if I can remember how to type, Heidi K. Begay. And I can click here and drag this down and go, oh, that needs to be bigger. And I believe that is it. Okay, so at this point, we are in the good enough. I might go, let's make Heidi a little bigger, right? We could do that. I kind of like that. Yeah, that works. Put this down here. And I could say, great. Now, but we need a square one for our podcast. Well, it's super simple. I can go over here to resize. And I use these all the time. 3000 by 3000 is square for a podcast. And 1200 by 628 is that shareable image. So I'm going to say, hey, I need a square one. So I'll click on this. And if you don't have this, just come down to custom size and you can type it in. But I'll say, I've already got it. Copy this and resize the current one. So I keep this version and I get a new square version. Now it's going to do its best to kind of squeeze everything onto this square. And I can click on, hey, let me see what that looks like. And now I'm going to say, well, what if we drag this up here? And you'll notice there's this little pink thing that shows up, kind of showing you should probably try to keep things in that size. So I'm going to do this, stretch this out a bit because I want my logo to be big and gigantic because it's my logo. And I'll put that here. We'll drag Heidi down here. And maybe I center this time. I go, let's do that. And yeah, like that. We'll drag this down here. Maybe make Heidi a smidge taller. I like that. And I will drag my episode number down here again, kind of following this pink line to there. And we're in the good enough phase. And so I've got my consistent colors. I've got my branding, which is my logo. And I've got my title. You're all set to go. And then to download it, you just go to share and say, I want to download. Now, I usually use JPEGs for my title. And I want it under 500 kilobytes, but that's just me. But I'll check that box. And now we are good to go. We just save it wherever you want to save it so you can find it later. And it took us all of 4 minutes, and that's me explaining what we're doing as we're doing it. So you can see where if you're really not sucked into perfectionism, you could do this in just a few minutes. Speaking of seeing what things look like, you can go over to podpage.com/preview and start your 14-day trial to see what your podcast would look like on Podpage.